Hello everyone, welcome back. I have here a Sprinco extra power buffer spring from my Palmetto AR-10. Okay, so here I got the Palmetto PA10 Gen 3, and here we got the Sprinco 308 carbine DPMS pattern extra power buffer spring. Okay, so you notice that it's got that orange coloring there. That's what distinguishes this as extra power. So it's not like I'm having a problem with this Palmetto AR-10. It was working great just the way it came. What I am trying to do is reduce the felt recoil without putting a muzzle brake on it. Okay, I don't like muzzle brakes on rifles. They are annoyingly loud. Okay, so one of the things I did is I put in a core value. I think it was a 5.6. Basically, it was a 5.6 ounce buffer weight. That didn't do a difference. I did a video on that. There was no change in the felt recoil. This might make a difference, and it's not like I'm having a terrible time staying on target. I'm just trying to do better. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I've got two magazines here with 2 rounds each. Okay. And I took off my jacket so I can feel the recoil, as much as possible. Given these weather conditions, I'm not going to be able to put on a t-shirt. But with this thin sweater, I want to take 2 shots with the spring that this AR-10 came with, and then I'm going to change out the sprinkles. I'm going to put in the Sprinco orange spring in there, and I'm going to give you guys my initial impressions. Okay, so first 2 shots, and I'm shooting at 100 yards. And again, the reason why I'm actually, because I mean I don't want to just blast over here up close. I'm specifically testing to see if it will be easier for me to keep my reticle on target for that follow-up shot. Now, just so you guys know, I've already adjusted the gas valve. It's in the 5th position from closed. Okay, so the way I did it is I closed it down all the way, and then I was coming up 1 shot at a time until I got to the point where the gun. Basically, I wanted to see a last round bolt hole open. So I would put 1 round in the magazine, and I kept firing until I got to the point where it would lock back reliably with Tula 308, and that was in the 5th position. Okay, I mean, it was locking back already from the 3rd. It was somewhat unreliable. In the 4th, I think it skipped like maybe once or twice. In the 5th position, it's doing it every time. That might be one of the things that changes here. We may not get locked back in the 5th position when I put this this orange Sprinco spring in there. Check my bubble level. There we go. So recoil, I mean, not a problem as far as like anything I'm feeling. I mean, I can handle that. It's, but the question is, the thing is, like when the gun fires, it definitely throws me out of the scope, or throws my reticle off the bullseye. Actually, let me take this thing apart completely. Open. There we go. So we use a case to There we go. So that's the Core Valley butt plug. The Democrat butt plug there. So it's really nice. It's really pretty. Now, as you guys can see, I mean, I've had this in there for about 3 weeks. I probably shot about, I don't know, 60, 80 rounds, maybe 100 rounds. It's very clean. The gun's staying very clean. So we're going to take this out. So I've already had this out and I've tested it. I mean, just, I didn't like shoot it, but just going like this, I mean, this is stiffer, right? So even if you like, the way I was doing this is 2, 4, 6. From the 6th one, try to compress it. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot tighter. So let's see, we'll put the orange end in the butt plug here. We'll put the butt plug rather in the orange end here. I realize I'm being juvenile, or what the hell. Get these in there. Yeah, definitely stiffer. Stiff you there, so we don't lose you. So I don't know. We may have to open up the gas valve a little bit, right? I'm in that 5th position. We're gonna see how this thing cycles. Fuck it, let's just do the front. You're not close? You're not close. The pin moved a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the pin closed up on me a little bit. Like, why isn't it not cooperating? You're closed, you're closed. Okay. Much, much stronger. So, definitely get yourself a spare charging handle, because this is gonna torque your charging handle a lot more, and it's gonna break eventually. I mean, consider your charging handle disposable. Okay, get spares. All right, we're gonna fire 2 rounds. See how it feels. A little bit better. It went the lock back. I mean, it still throws you out of the glass. I had the scope a little bit. Took a few more shots. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not making recoil go away. I mean, it does feel softer, but it's been a long time since I shot an AR-10 with a muzzle brake on it. So I guess I have to shoot this side by side with somebody else's AR-10 that has a muzzle brake to really know where I'm at right now. Let's do the same thing. We'll put 2 here. We'll put 1 here. 1 here. Actually, I'm gonna go get another magazine. I'm gonna get 3 magazines. I'm gonna put one round each. We're gonna see if it locks back every single time. Hold on, let me pause this camera. All right, I got the PMag. So I did a separate video on the Lancer ones, the clear Lancer ones versus the PMags. I really like the clear Lancer ones. They're a lot, easier for me to work with. I like being able to look at it, see what's in there. But the PMags are half the price. So what I did, and I suggest, get like 2 or 3 of the Lancers, and then you get like, because these are, get them at Botoc. They're $35 at Botoc. Most other places have them for like $45, $50. So get like maybe 3 of these, and then you can stockpile these, because these are like, I got these for like $17. You get the window ones for $19. So you can get like 20, 30, 50 of these, but get like at least 3 of these clear Lancer ones, because they're nice to work with. So take one shot at a time now. Single shot, checking for lock back here. Lock back. Yeah, it definitely throws you a little bit. I mean, there's got to be an improvement. I think it feels lighter, but having the heavier buffer weight, the 5.7, and the heavier spring, it's got to help a little bit, it can't not help, I think. Okay, keep forgetting to take the safety. Yeah, it's definitely throwing the red dot off the target. So, and I really don't know how much better a muzzle brake is. I gotta try it out. But it definitely locking back every time. Now, I've developed a habit that before I put the mag in, I always throw the safety on. That's why you guys keep seeing me forget to take it off. And I don't want to change that habit, so, because I think it's a good habit to have. I just automatically throw the safety on when I get off the gun. Let me do this. It's locking back every time. Let me go get some Tula, because Tula traditionally has been lower power. Let's see how it cycles with the Tula. All right, so I got some Tula 308. This I'm going to shoot over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off holding it like really light in my shoulder, and then go lighter and lighter as far as the pressure that I have in my shoulder. Let's leave 2. We'll check. Actually, let's just do 2 over here. We'll see if it locks back. come out here so you guys can see it. A little brighter. All right, so I'm holding it really light. My shoulder locked back. That was light. This time I'm going to hold it off my shoulder. I'll this up. No, I'm going to hold this off my shoulder, like out here. Right? You guys see the stock here? Did not lock back. Now the gun did. The gun definitely moved back. So let's do another one. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it a little bit firmer. I'm still going to hold it out. Still going to hold it out, but I'm just going to hold it firmer in my hand. Not lock back. So with the Tula, I would have to. I would basically have to open up the gas valve. Now, if I hold it in my chest, it'll lock back. Or even if I have it lightly against my chest, it'll lock back with the Tula. All right, I'm going to hold it lightly in my chest. If this thing's even touching your chest, it's going to lock back. I'm just curious. Let me try this American Sniper ammo. I'm going to hold that out. Alright, so I'm going to hold it out. I'm going to hold it really loose over here. Let the gun rock back a little bit. Do not lock back. Which is fine. I just need to know the limitations of this gas setting. So this is really an issue with the gas setting. That's what I'm really testing to find out. What are the limitations of this gas setting in the 5th position? This is the 5th position out of 17. Okay. This time I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure to my shoulder. Lock back. So if this thing's touching your shoulder, as long as the gun's not going like this, even if there's a little pressure here, it's going to lock back in the 5th position, which is where I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to change this. I'm not going to change the gas setting because there's no need to. I'm normally not holding this gun out here shooting like this, right? It's normally in my shoulder. Even in an unconventional position, right? I mean, I'm still gonna, like, let's say I'm on the ground, it'll still be touching my shoulder at least a little bit. So yeah, I don't think I need to touch the gas system. Position 5 out of 17 is fine. Now, if this was going to war, yeah, I would err on the side of caution and maybe go up to position 6 or maybe even 7 out of 17, just to make sure the gun will work when it gets dirty too. But right now, this is fine for the type of shooting that I'm looking to do, which is basically the goal here is to get out to 1,000 yards with this gun. Okay, so right now I've got this in the battle rifle configuration. Right, we got the big window red dot with the magnifier on the back. All right, if this was an AR-15, I call that fighting rifle configuration. With that AR-10, I call it battle rifle configuration. Once the scope goes on it, right? And here's the thing: when I put an LPVO on it, okay, with the LPVO, I call it the DMR configuration, right? Designated marksmanship, or the sniper configuration, right? When I put an LPVO on it. Now, when I put the 5 to 25 scope on it, right? And that's a heavy scope. Regardless whether it's a 5.56 rifle or AR-10 rifle or 308 rifle, that's a garrison rifle, right? Because if you put a 2.5 pound scope on top of the gun, which is what this gun's gonna get, it's no longer a fighting rifle. it's no longer even a DMR rifle, right? It's no longer a sniping rifle, because in either of those two roles you gotta be moving. You know, you gotta be moving and traveling distances, and you can't do that with a 2.5-pound scope on top of the gun. But with a heavy scope like that, that's the garrison defense configuration. So there it is. Yeah, definitely this what is it, Sprinco, we said? Sprinco, the Sprinco orange one, it definitely lightened up the recoil a little bit more. Did not really change the gas system setting. And I recall when I was in the prior with the original Spring, when I was shooting it with Tula and I was holding it out here, I don't think that was locking back consistently either. So really nothing has changed with the lockback. Okay, nothing's changed on the lockback. The only thing that's changed is more felt recoil in the shoulder, but it didn't really improve my ability to keep the reticle on the target, like when the gun goes bang, right? It's still going to lift off the target. Essentially, I'm trying to get it like the recoil to the point of a 5.56, where it's like 5.56, you can be like bing, bing. I mean, it still lifts a little bit, but it just goes like this, right? It goes boom, 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 boom. So I guess that's what I'm using as a reference to try and get to. I don't think it's going to happen with a 308, and I don't know if putting a muzzle brake on it would even get me to that point. And like I said, no, muzzle brakes are just too annoying for me. If I do get the opportunity, I will shoot a 308 with a muzzle brake just to do a side-by-side thing. If I run into anybody that has a muzzle brake on their AR-10, we'll do a side-by-side shoot. Hey, let's go down and take a look at those targets I was shooting, see what they look like. All right, guys. So now, obviously, this is not going to be my best group because there was a whole lot of in and out of the scope. So we took a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. The whole group 4.5 inches, and I definitely know I threw, like, there was plenty of times where I just moved it. Let's look at these shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots at 2.5 inches. Yeah, again, that's with like a whole lot of in and out of the scope, stopping the torque, breaking my concentration. We got, what, 4 shots there at 1.25 inches. 3 shots there at 3/4 of an inch. And I have hit a 3/4 inch. But now this ammunition I was using was called American Sniper. I did do a review on this. It's not my most accurate ammunition, which is kind of why I was using it today, because I just wanted to throw the rounds out there. I knew I wouldn't be concentrating for trying to get the best group. I knew my concentration would be somewhat broken. So I think when I tested it, I was getting I think it was like shit, I can't remember. I think it was like a 2-inch group or 2.5-inch group. But hey, I mean, just looking at these 6 shots there, yeah, we got the 2.5-inch group. So this is probably the 2.5-inch group that we see with the 6 shots here, right, out of the 8, is probably very indicative of the accuracy of that ammunition. Okay, and I have hit a 3/4 inch group, right, a 3.75 MOA, but that was a 3-shot group. So here's the thing: it's like, yeah, I can hit like a 3/4 inch group, but how often can you do it consistently? How often can you do it consistently? How often can the rifle? How often can the ammunition do it consistently? So this is probably a good indication of where I'm at with this rifle, and cheap ammo, 2.5 MOA, and with the Freedom munitions, I've under similar conditions, I'm getting like 1.25 inches. So the Freedom munitions is better ammunition. So I would say, yeah, that's a good indication of what I'm going to do with this rifle. On the situations where like my concentration is somewhat divided, 1.25 inches MOA, not match grade ammo, right? Freedom munitions. Again, I don't like to just look at match grade ammunition, because how much match grade ammunition does anybody have? Freedom munitions, every time I just ordered another 800 rounds of that on top of the 400 I already had. So don't just look at like the match grade ammo. See what you can do with ammunition that you can stockpile. You know, that you can build up. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to y'all soon. Drop some comments below and check your subscription because YouTube unsubscribes people. Hey, when I forgot to mention, in case anybody's curious, my red dot I'm anchoring underneath the bullseye, right? Because if I put it on top, it's like I don't know where that bullseye is, right? I'm gonna be all over the place. So what I did is I took the red dot and I put it underneath it here. That's why I'm impacting over here, okay? And I've already had this out to 200 yards. So this has basically a 200 yard zero, right? So it has a 50 yard zero, and I'm getting second impacts at 200 yards, pretty much on the center at 200 yards. So this is fine, keeping it right where it is. So when I put my dot here, and it's about the size of my fist at 100 yards, okay, I'm impacting right there.